My name is Marcus Webb, and on November 3rd, 2023, at exactly 9:47 in the morning, my heart stopped beating for 17 minutes. What I'm about to tell you, I've been hesitant to share. I've written it down and deleted it 100 times, but I can't keep it to myself anymore. Because what I saw on the other side, who I met, what he showed me, the message he asked me to carry back, it's not just mine to keep. It's for all of us. So let me start at the beginning. Part 1, The Life Before. I was 34 years old, living in Denver, Colorado. I was a high school history teacher at Lincoln High. Nothing fancy. Just a regular guy trying to make a difference, one classroom at a time. My apartment was small but cozy. Books everywhere, stacked on shelves, piled on the coffee table, tucked beside my bed. History mostly, but also philosophy, poetry, anything that helped me understand why we humans do what we do. Every morning, I'd make scrambled eggs and toast, drink my coffee black, and drive my beat-up Subaru to school. I'd stand in front of 30 teenagers and try to make them care about the Civil War or the Renaissance or the fall of Rome. Most days, they'd stare at their phones. But some days, the good days, one of them would look up, eyes bright, and ask a question that reminded me why I did this job. "Mr. Webb, do you think we're doomed to repeat history?" I didn't know how to answer that then, but I do now. I wasn't particularly religious. Grew up going to church with my grandmother. She was the praying type, always had her Bible open on the kitchen table, pages worn soft from reading. She'd tell me, "Marcus, baby, God has a plan for you." And I'd nod and eat her homemade biscuits and not really think about it. When she died my sophomore year of college, I stopped going to church. Not out of anger, just apathy. Life got busy. God felt far away. I figured if he was real, he had bigger things to worry about than me. I had no idea how wrong I was. The night before everything changed, I remember lying in bed, staring at the ceiling. There was this weight on my chest, not physical but emotional, like I could feel something coming, some shift in the air. I chalked it up to stress. Midterms were coming, papers to grade, parent-teacher conferences, the usual. But now I know, some part of me knew. Part 2, The Mountain. November 3rd was a Friday. No school teacher workday. My buddy James had convinced me to go hiking up Mount Evans. "Come on, man," he'd said. "Fresh air will do you good. You've been looking pale." So we went. The morning was crisp and cold, the kind of Colorado cold that bites at your cheeks and makes your breath come out in clouds. The sky was impossibly blue, that deep azure you only get at altitude. We started the trail around 8:00 a.m. James was in better shape than me. He ran marathons, did CrossFit, all that. I was huffing and puffing within 20 minutes, but I didn't care. The mountains were beautiful. Pine trees stretched up to the sky like they were trying to touch heaven. The air smelled like earth and snow and something wild. "You good, Marcus?" James called back to me. "Yeah," I lied, chest heaving. "Just taking in the view." We kept climbing. At 9:30, we stopped at a lookout point. You could see the entire valley spread out below us, Denver in the distance, rivers like silver threads, the world laid out like a map. "Incredible," James breathed. I nodded, but I couldn't shake this strange feeling. My chest felt tight, not painful, just odd, like there was pressure building inside me. "I need to sit down for a second," I said. James looked concerned. "You okay?" "Yeah, just need to catch my breath." I sat on a flat rock, looking out at the view. The wind picked up, making the pine trees whisper. For a moment, everything felt suspended, like the world was holding its breath. And then the pain hit. It started in my chest, sudden, sharp, like someone had reached inside and grabbed my heart with a fist. I gasped, couldn't get air. My left arm went numb. "Marcus," James's voice sounded far away. "Marcus, talk to me." I tried to speak, but couldn't. The world tilted sideways. The beautiful blue sky above me started to darken at the edges, like someone was pulling curtains closed. I fell backward off the rock. The last thing I heard was James screaming my name. fumbling for his phone, shouting about GPS coordinates and medical emergency and please, God, please hurry. And then everything went black. Part 3, the separation. The pain stopped instantly. One moment, I felt like I was being crushed in a vice. The next moment, nothing, just quiet, just peace. I opened my eyes, or whatever you call it when you don't have physical eyes anymore, and I was standing. Not sitting, not lying down, standing. But not on the mountain. I looked down and saw my body crumpled on the rocks below me, James kneeling beside it, hands shaking as he tried to do chest compressions. His face was terrified. He kept saying, "Come on, Marcus, come on, buddy, stay with me." But I wasn't there anymore. I was about 10 feet above, hovering in the air like gravity had forgotten about me. And the strangest part, I felt completely calm. No fear, no panic, just this overwhelming sense of rightness. Like this was exactly what was supposed to be happening. I could see everything with impossible detail. The tears streaming down James's face. The way his hands were shaking. The raven perched in a tree nearby, head tilted, watching. The pattern of lichen on the rocks. Colors I'd never seen before, shades that don't have names in our language. And then I heard it. A sound. Not with ears. I didn't have ears anymore. But I heard it in my chest, in my soul, in every particle of my being. It was like music, but not music. Like 1,000 voices singing in perfect harmony, but also like silence, like the sound of light itself. I turned toward it. And I saw the tunnel. Everyone talks about the tunnel. I used to think it was cliché, something people made up. But it's real. It's so real. It wasn't a tunnel like a hallway or a cave. It was more like reality itself was opening up, revealing a path I'd never noticed before. A corridor of light stretching out into infinity. And at the end of it, there was someone waiting. I didn't decide to move toward it. I just went, like a river flowing downstream, like coming home after a long journey. The light got brighter as I moved forward, but it didn't hurt my eyes. It was warm, gentle. It felt like every sunrise I'd ever seen, every moment of joy I'd ever experienced, every time my grandmother had hugged me as a child, all of it compressed into pure, radiant light. And then I saw him. Part 4, the encounter. He was standing in the light. Or maybe he was the light. I still don't fully understand. But I knew immediately who he was. There was no introduction needed, no explanation. I just knew. Jesus. Not the Jesus from paintings or stained glass windows. Not pale or distant or stern. This was someone so full of love that I felt it radiating from him like heat from the sun. His eyes, oh, his eyes, they held everything. All of time, all of space, all of history. And yet when he looked at me, it was like I was the only person in existence. He smiled. And in that smile, I felt myself understood completely. Every mistake I'd ever made, every moment of doubt, every time I'd been cruel or selfish or afraid, he saw all of it, and he loved me anyway. Not despite those things, not ignoring them. He loved me through them, with them, beyond them. I fell to my knees, or I tried to. I'm not sure I had knees anymore. But I felt myself humbled, overwhelmed, undone by the sheer magnitude of that love. "Marcus," he said. His voice was gentle, kind, like a father greeting a child who's been away too long. I don't understand," I whispered. "Am I?" "You're between," he said. "Between what was and what will be, between one breath and the next." "Am I dead?" He reached out and took my hand. His touch was real, more real than anything I'd ever felt in my physical life. Warm and solid, and somehow alive in a way I can't explain. "Death is not what you think it is," he said. "It's not an ending, it's a doorway, a transition. And you, Marcus, you're standing in that doorway for a reason." "What reason?" His expression grew serious, but still filled with that infinite gentleness. "Because I need you to see something, and then I need you to go back and tell them." "Tell who?" "Everyone," he said. "Everyone who will listen." Part 5, the visions. He gestured, and the light around us changed. We were still standing in that place of pure radiance, but now images began to form in the air around us. Like windows opening into reality, past, present, and future all at once. "Look," he said softly. I looked. The first vision showed Earth from space. Beautiful, blue and green and white, spinning slowly in the darkness. I could see the swirl of clouds, the glint of oceans, the continents I'd taught about in my classroom. "This is my creation," he said. "Every tree, every mountain, every creature, all of it made with love, all of it sacred." As he spoke, the image zoomed in. I saw forests vast and ancient, rivers winding through valleys, polar bears on Arctic ice, coral reefs teeming with color. And then I saw what we'd done to it. The forests being cut down, cleared for farmland and profit. The rivers choked with pollution. The polar bears stranded on shrinking ice. The coral reefs bleached white and dying. I felt tears on my face, or whatever equivalent exists in that place. "They don't understand," I whispered. "No," he agreed. "Many don't. They think the earth is just a resource to be used, but it's not. It's a gift, a living testament to divine love. And when you harm it, you harm each other. You harm yourselves." The vision shifted. Now I saw cities, millions of people packed together. I saw the wealth, gleaming skyscrapers, luxury cars, mansions with pools. And right beside it, I saw the poverty. Children sleeping on sidewalks, families digging through garbage for food, the sick left to suffer because they couldn't afford medicine. "This breaks my heart," he said, and I could hear the ache in his voice. "You have enough for everyone, enough food, enough resources, enough space, but you hoard it, you divide it, you build walls instead of bridges." "I don't know how to fix it," I said helplessly. He turned to me, and his eyes were filled with both sadness and hope. "You fix it the same way you broke it, one choice at a time, one act of kindness, one moment of courage, one person deciding that love matters more than fear." The vision changed again. This time, I saw something that filled me with dread. Conflict, division, people screaming at each other across divides that seemed impossible to cross. Nations rattling sabers, weapons being built, fear spreading like wildfire. Is this the future?" I asked. "It's a possible future," he said. "Not the only one. The future is not fixed, Marcus. It's fluid, shaped by choices, by the small decisions every person makes every single day." He showed me more. I saw natural disasters, earthquakes, floods, fires, some caused by the changing climate, some just the earth doing what earth does. I saw people suffering, but I also saw people helping. Strangers pulling strangers from rubble, communities coming together, love rising up in the face of catastrophe. "Even in darkness there is light," he said. "That's what I need them to understand. You are never alone, never abandoned. Even in your worst moments, I am there. Love is there. Hope is there." Then he showed me something that made my heart ache with longing. A vision of what could be. The same earth but healed, forests regrowing, oceans clean and teeming with life, cities rebuilt with green spaces and gardens, technology used wisely to help rather than harm, people of all nations, all backgrounds working together. Not perfectly, there were still disagreements, still challenges, but with respect, with compassion. Children playing in safe streets, elderly people cared for with dignity, the sick being healed, the hungry being fed. "This is possible," he said. "This future exists in potential, but it requires something of you." "What?" I breathed. "It requires you to choose love over fear, service over selfishness, unity over division, every single day in every small way." Part 6, the message. He turned to face me fully, taking both my hands in his. "Marcus, I'm sending you back. Not because your time is done here, you'll return to me when it's right, but because I need messengers. I need people who have seen what you've seen, felt what you've felt, who understand that this life is precious and brief and sacred." "What do you want me to say?" His smile was gentle. "Tell them that they are loved, each and every one. Not because of what they do or what they believe or how perfectly they live, but simply because they are mine, because they exist. That love is not conditional, it's eternal. I nodded, tears streaming down my face. Tell them that fear is the enemy, not each other. When they're afraid, they build walls, they hoard resources, they hurt each other, but fear is a liar. It tells them they're separate, alone, in competition for scraps. The truth is, you're all connected, all part of one family. What hurts one hurts all. What heals one heals all. How do I make them believe me? You can't make anyone believe anything, he said. All you can do is share what you've experienced, plant seeds. Some will grow immediately, some will take years, some may never sprout. That's not your responsibility. Your responsibility is just to be faithful, to speak the truth with love. He squeezed my hands. Tell them to be kind. It sounds simple, but kindness is revolutionary. A kind word to someone who's suffering. A generous act when you could be selfish. Forgiveness when you have every right to be angry. These small things ripple outward in ways you cannot imagine. Tell them to take care of the earth. It's not separate from spirituality, it's the manifestation of it. Every tree is a prayer. Every river is a song. When you honor creation, you honor the Creator. Tell them that death is not the end, that this life is precious, yes, but it's also temporary. A classroom, a training ground. What matters is how they love, how they grow, how they treat each other. I was sobbing now, overwhelmed by the beauty and weight of it all. And tell them, he said softly, that I'm always here, in the quiet moments, in the kind gestures, in the beauty of a sunrise and the laughter of children. I'm not far away in some distant heaven. I'm right here in every act of love, every moment of grace. I'm afraid I'll forget, I whispered, or that I won't say it right. He pulled me into an embrace, and I felt that love surround me completely. You won't forget, he promised. This moment is written on your soul now, and you don't have to be perfect, just willing, just honest, just you. Part 7, The Return. He released me and stepped back. It's time, he said. I don't want to go, I admitted. It's so beautiful here, so peaceful. I know, he said with understanding. But you have work to do, people to love, seeds to plant. Your story isn't finished yet. The light around us began to pulse, like a heartbeat. Will I see you again? I asked. You see me every day, he said. In every face you meet, in every opportunity to choose love. And yes, when your work is truly done, you'll return here, and I'll be waiting. The light grew brighter, more intense. Remember, Marcus, love is stronger than fear. Connection is stronger than division. Hope is stronger than despair. Tell them, show them, live it. And then I felt it, a pulling sensation, like a rope tied around my chest, yanking me backward. The tunnel reversed. I was moving away from him, back through the corridor of light, back toward the darkness. Don't forget, his voice echoed. You are loved, all of you are loved. The light faded. The music stopped. And then, Part 8, Awakening. Pain. Searing, terrible pain in my chest. My body convulsed. I gasped, choking, trying to remember how to breathe. We've got a pulse. We've got him back. Voices, urgent, relieved. I tried to open my eyes, but the light was too bright. Fluorescent. Harsh. Not the warm, golden light I'd just left. Marcus, Marcus, can you hear me? I managed to crack my eyes open. I was in a helicopter, a medical helicopter. A paramedic was leaning over me, checking my vitals. You're okay, she said. You had a massive heart attack, but you're going to be okay. We've got you. I tried to speak, but my throat was raw. A breathing tube had been in there. Don't try to talk, she said. Just rest, you've been through hell. But I hadn't been through hell. I'd been through heaven. And now I was back in the world of pain and tubes and beeping machines. Back in a body that felt heavy and limiting after the freedom I'd just experienced. Tears leaked from my eyes. Hey, it's okay, the paramedic said gently, misunderstanding. You're safe now. Safe, I was safe. But I also knew with absolute certainty that I was back for a reason. I had a message to deliver. Part 9, The Aftermath. I spent 3 days in the ICU at Denver Medical Center. The doctors said it was a miracle I survived. 17 minutes without a pulse. By all accounts, I should have had severe brain damage, organ failure, something. But I was fine, more than fine. The cardiologist, Dr. Patel, sat beside my bed on day 2, looking at my charts with a confused expression. "Mr. Webb, I don't understand it," he said. "Your heart is, well, it's functioning better than it should be, like it's been reset somehow." I just smiled. James visited every day. On the 3rd day, when I could finally talk properly, he pulled his chair close to my bed. "Marcus, I need to tell you something," he said, his voice shaking. "When you collapsed, I couldn't find a pulse. I did CPR for 40 minutes before the helicopter arrived. 40 minutes. They said on the scene that you were gone. They almost called it, but I wouldn't let them stop." He wiped his eyes. "And then, after 17 minutes of them working on you, you just came back, like someone flipped a switch. They said they've never seen anything like it." "James," I said, reaching for his hand, "I need to tell you what happened, where I went." So I told him. Everything. He listened, eyes wide, occasionally wiping tears. When I finished, he was quiet for a long moment. "Do you believe me?" I asked. "Marcus," he said softly, "I held your dead body in my arms for 40 minutes, and now you're sitting here alive, telling me about meeting Jesus and seeing visions of the future. Yeah, I believe you." Part 10, Living the Message. That was over a year ago. I'm still here, still teaching history at Lincoln High, still driving my beat-up Subaru, still drinking my coffee black. But everything is different. I see the world now with different eyes. Every student in my classroom is a miracle. Every sunrise is a gift. Every kind word, every small act of service, they all matter more than I ever understood. I started speaking about my experience. Small groups at first, church basements, community centers, then bigger venues. Some people think I'm crazy, some think I'm lying, but some hear the message and their eyes light up with recognition, like they've been waiting their whole lives to hear it. I volunteer now at a homeless shelter twice a week. I donate more. I try to live with less. I look people in the eye and really see them, see the divine spark in every person, even the difficult ones. I'm not perfect. I still get angry, still feel afraid, still mess up daily. But I remember. I remember that love is stronger than fear. I remember that we're all connected. I remember the look in his eyes when he told me I was loved. And I try every day to live like it matters, because it does. Part 11, The Call. Music SOFTNS. So why am I telling you this? Because that message wasn't just for me. It was for all of us. You, whoever you are, watching this right now, you are loved. Infinitely. Unconditionally. Whether you believe in God or not, whether you've made mistakes or not, whether you feel worthy or not. You are loved. And this world, this beautiful, broken world, it needs you. It needs your kindness, your courage, your willingness to choose connection over division, hope over despair, love over fear. You don't have to die and come back to understand this. You don't have to see visions or meet Jesus in a tunnel of light. You just have to choose. Choose to smile at the cashier who looks exhausted. Choose to forgive someone who hurt you. Choose to stand up for someone who's being treated unfairly. Choose to turn off the news and go help your neighbor. Choose to see the humanity in people you disagree with. These small choices, they ripple outward. They change the world, not all at once, not dramatically, but steadily, surely. We're standing at a crossroads as a species. The vision he showed me, both the dark future and the bright one, they're both possible. Which one we get depends on us, on our daily choices, on whether we let fear or love guide our actions. I'm not asking you to believe my story. I'm asking you to live like love matters. Because it does. It's the only thing that does. Long pause. My name is Marcus Webb. I died on November 3rd, 2023, for 17 minutes. And I came back to tell you, you are not alone. You are never alone. And love, real, divine, infinite love, is right here, right now, waiting for you to recognize it. In the smile of a stranger, in the beauty of nature, in the quiet voice in your heart that tells you to be kind. It's all around you. You just have to open your eyes. Thank you for listening. Go be the light.